This week we're at Georges Wines. You can't come to Clare Valley without having Riesling. Some amazing Clare Valley Riesling, and then a Clare Valley Shiraz. Shiraz? Yeah, Clare Valley, let's check it out. And then we've got a Bordeaux blend that'll blow your mind. Nick, absolutely blew me away by the surrounding we're in. So we're here for Georges Wines. So give me a little bit of background about Georges Wines. How long has it been around? Obviously we're in the beautiful Clare Valley.
22 years ago I purchased one of the old vineyards in the Armagh Valley.
Armagh Valley?
Armagh Valley, the other end of Clare.
Okay.
Yep. And that's obviously synonymous with Barry's, McRae Wood, and some of the more outstanding Shiraz. We're in the same terroir, the same soil and climate area.
Hang on a minute, what was that?
Move on. It was very hard for me to say once.
No, I just thought you did a great job.
But it is.
That's the soil profile and
that Shiraz that comes from that vineyard was our first wine, and we.
And how long ago was that?
That was 22 years ago. It was already an established vineyard. Those vines now are 40 years old.
Okay.
And one of the wines we're going to try today, the Tiller, is from that vineyard. It's our dead arm, if you like. It's only very limited, very low volume, very high quality fruit.
To the layman, explain dead arm. What?
Dead arm is really old vines that don't produce much, but what they produce is very, very sort of significant fruit. What we'd categorise as A-class fruit. Yeah. So
Clare Valley fruit.
Hand-picked.
Hand-picked?
Hand-picked. We don't put the machine through, and that goes in new French oak.
Okay.
So
for how long?
Oh, usually about 18 months. So it's an expensive process.
Yeah.
But it's our iconic Shiraz, and it's a fantastic wine. And we'll talk about that in a moment. We're going to start off with what Clare Valley is synonymous for, Riesling.
Riesling?
Yeah, and we have a Riesling which is very special. The clone is the Parish clone, which is regarded as probably, if not but one of the best clones of Riesling in the valley.
Where does that come from?
Well, it's here, at this end in the valley. Watervale, of course, is the centre of the Riesling, I guess, heritage. But here where we are, we've got. We're at a very high elevation. We're 430 metres. It's a very cold, crisp climate, perfect for Riesling.
Yeah.
This is hand-picked.
Once again.
We only pick it in small bins. One thing I will say about this wine that we're going to try now, it's the 21 vintage. And the 21 vintage is regarded by most winemakers in South Australia as possibly one of the best vintages on record. So, not just for us, but for the whole industry. Australia? Yes. So this is.
We would be calling it a unicorn vintage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a pretty amazing wine. It's very, very much. It's made to age. You can cellar this as a Riesling. If you're an old Riesling lover, and but it's for me worthy of just being drunk now.
So colour-wise, we're looking at
lime.
Lime. Oh, yeah, I'm going to say, as a layman, maybe pea straw.
Yeah,
it's got that little bit of green luminance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned that off someone else.
Good. Well done.
It looks all right, doesn't it? And on the nose, you're a bit thirsty? That's fair enough. On the nose.
I know how good it is. I have to try it.
You don't need to talk about it. You know how good it is. But on the nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very inviting. It's quite floral on the nose. And then lemons popping through. Yeah, lemons. Maybe a little bit of lime. And what would one of the
flowers?
Say?
Flowers, a little bit of...
Flowers?
Tiny little bit of jasmine.
Jasmine?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, I'm not sure I can pick that up. But
well, I mean...
each to their own. No, that's fine. So, I was going to say cheers, but you might need a top up before we get there.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, you can see how excited.
No,
I think what you've highlighted is my excitement about this wine. It's the one I've got to get to. I've got to drink.
You're saying, to me, Riesling, there's Is it two sorts of Rieslings or just buy 6, drink some now, put some away?
I think they're very different levels of Riesling.
Yeah.
The difference between a hand-picked Riesling
Yeah.
and a machine-picked Riesling is this.
Right.
Yeah. No astringency, no back palate. You can drink this whole bottle and it tastes as good as it does first glance.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's very smooth.
Yeah.
It's,
Any level of superlative would be appropriate for this wine. It is
so
sensational.
how would you describe it?
Well, I'll give you an example.
No, not for me. For
No, I'll
marketing.
give you an example of this one. I had one of the top renowned Riesling winemakers in the Clare Valley here a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
He didn't intend to stay long. He drank 3 bottles of this Riesling. I won't name him, but he would be regarded as one of the iconic Riesling makers. His comment to me was, Nick, the only difference between yours and mine is I've got 35 years ahead of you.
Right. Okay.
This is a sensational wine.
Say yours is better, is he? But anyway.
Well,
I would say that. What about how well does it age?
it ages very well,
Yeah.
but it's as a producer, I would like to see, my preference is people just drink this
Yeah.
and get ready for the 22 vintage, which will be later this year.
But if I'm to buy 6, I'm going to drink.
You can
a
age
few
this.
Now. I'm going to drink a few in a couple of years.
If you like aged Riesling,
I
this
do
is the
love
one
aged
to buy.
Riesling.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what would you? How long could I lay it down for in my cellar? After having a couple of sips, I'd say not very long, but
Aged Riesling seems to go through this sort of up-down cycle, you know.
Yeah.
It
So
comes
what-
good after 5
what-
years
where
again.
do you call it
yeah.
a peak?
Probably 4 to 5 years.
Right.
And then it's
And
something worth having.
What's the oldest one you got in the museum?
2003.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you cracked one of them recently?
Yeah.
And the difference obviously the colour's a lot more yellow and
You've got to have a palate for aged Riesling.
yeah.
So to me, it tastes like kerosene.
Right.
But to the people who love it, it's sensational.
See, I think it's what you pair with it.
Yeah.
What would you
possibly.
pair with an aged Riesling?
What goes with kerosene?
You don't have to say that when it's
I'm being honest.
right. Fair enough. That's unusual for this show.
I know I'm going to make one simple point.
Drink it now.
How could you not drink this Riesling now?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It
Why
is.
would you age it?
And do you know what I've discovered? That Riesling goes exceptionally well with spicy food.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Indian food,
Thai,
incredible. Thai food.
nice.
yeah.
Maybe I'm going to say crayfish chuchi.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely
Absolutely.
superb. So
Yeah.
next time you come down my way, I'm going to take you to my favourite Thai restaurant, and you have to bring a couple of bottles.
Absolutely.
And I'll supply the crayfish,
I'm in.
and we'll test it out.
I'm in. So nothing against aging Riesling, but this is a wine that deserves drinking now.
Fair enough.
Absolutely.
And what does it retail at?
Here at the Cellar Door, it sells for $28 a bottle.
Hang on
A lot of the
$28 a bottle?
That's all. Yeah. A lot of the restaurants, of course, sell it for $45 a bottle, and
Oh, you
so on.
expect that when you're out
Yeah.
to
Of
dinner,
course
don't
they
you?
have to. But our wine club members get a significant discount. I think they get around 20% discount on this.
So how do we get on this wine club?
Well, simply get onto the website and sign up onto, canalawines.com or georgeswines.com. It's all one common website.
Yeah.
We bottle everything in 6-packs, so easy to pick up and move.
You've got it ready for postage, don't you?
We do, so.
Yeah, there's no point sending a couple.
Yeah, no.
So, all right, so on the website,
Yep,
plenty of restaurants,
yep.
and it's distributed nationally, because we've got a national audience. We've actually got an international audience.
You'll find our wines throughout New South Wales and Victoria mainly,
Yeah.
and here in South Australia.
This would go really well with the humid, the Queensland,
Yeah.
the top of Queensland.
Do they drink wine up there?
Oh, they love
Okay.
it. With mud crabs.
Oh.
Yeah, it would go perfect. Chili, mud crab and Riesling. All right, I'm getting really hungry.
Cheers,
Cheers
mate.
to you. That was absolutely superb.
Keep tasting this wine. It gets better every mouthful.
That was superb. That's why he comes to Clare Valley, though, isn't it?
That is a great wine.
That is a great one.
Yeah. Yeah.
For $28.
Of course, it's made by the team that made Petaluma Riesling.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's probably, that says it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Clare Valley Riesling. Oh my God.
Good start.
Oh, what a great start. So now I'm really intrigued by Clare Valley Shiraz. Obviously we travel South Australia and soon to travel Australia to taste the amazing Shirazes. But what's the difference between Clare Valley, Adelaide Hills, Barossa, McLaren Vale? They've all got their little subtle differences. What would you talk up the Clare Valley Shiraz?
We crop 2 tonne an acre.
Yeah.
We've got limited water.
Okay.
We've got perfect soil, perfect climate, but we don't have water. So our pruning is 2 bud spur, so we prune specifically not to grow too many bunches because we can't afford to have too many bunches on the vines.
Yeah.
So what we've got is a rich concentration of fruit. This tiller that we're going to try now is Armagh Valley, probably the premium Shiraz growing area. The most recognised Clare Valley Shiraz is Barry's McRae Wood, and they're 200 metres down the road from this vineyard. So we have a wine here that is the oldest block, 1 tonne of fruit per acre.
1 tonne.
Hand-picked. And
so we're talking tiny grapes on tiny
very
bunches,
rich berries,
very
rich berries, yeah.
Okay.
Hand-picked right at the optimum time when the Beaumays are perfect. And
so we've got the vineyard boys working with the winemaker, tasting the fruit.
We would test this wine daily when leading up to vintage and ensure that it's ready. And of course, probably about 28 days on skins. Then it's new French oak, 18 months.
18 months?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then bottle maturation. It's about the best process you can have for a Shiraz. So it's...
Is it kind of set and forget in the winery though? So we put it into the oak with... It's not a...
It's not set and forget. I mean, there's always a lot of testing and a lot of attention paid to this. But it's, if you look at the skirt on that wine, you can just see how rich it is.
Let's explain. What do you mean by skirt?
Well, what's on the glass? What's dripping down that glass when you've swirled it around?
Other people might say legs.
Yes.
Yeah. Skirt.
Are you alluding to the fact that I've got one sort of a single one-track mind or something?
Not at all.
Legs, skirt, same thing.
We won't talk about who picked it, but that's fine. But we'll go into the colour.
Yeah.
So we're looking.
Yeah. That's black.
Yeah. Well, it's.
That's about the most concentrated fruit you'll get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what about on the nose? What are we smelling on the nose?
Rich.
Oh, we're up a level, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're up a level.
Yeah.
I'm smelling this real dark berries, almost plum.
Yeah.
And then even I can smell the cigar, the almost earthy tones in it as well. Not that I know what I'm talking about.
We've got this one and the other in cork for one reason. This is made to age probably up to 15 years.
So it wouldn't last that long in myself. I'd have to buy a lot to get it to last 15 years.
Well, you'd be a fool not to drink this wine for 15 years.
Yeah. But
so
have you got one that's been laid down for?
Yeah, our older vintages go back to, the oldest is at the moment 2004.
Right.
And it's drinking really well. Yeah. So,
I'm keen to taste this one. Cheers.
Cheers. I've got to look into your eyes, I was told. Okay. Cheers. Rich, smooth. That's just an amazing...
Hang on, I'm just going to have a little bit more.
Okay. I'll shut up. Leave it to you.
No, I'd much rather you talk. So I'm trying to work out, like, Clare Valley, McLaren Vale, Barossa.
Yeah.
Adelaide Hill is usually a little bit lighter, easier to drink. This is a big wine.
We've got a hot, dry finish. You know, we've got this, Clare Valley's got this lovely elevation where generally it's a cooler, crisper evening than you get, you know, in the Barossa and McLaren Vale. But we do get those hot days.
Yeah.
Brings on the Beaumays, finishes the fruit well.
So what would this be picked at? What's the optimum Beaumay?
I have to say 14 and a half.
Yeah.
Which is probably closer to 15, but
by the time it comes off. And then what sort of alcohol percentage are we?
Oh, it's probably 14 and a half.
Yeah, it's a big wine, but it doesn't taste like... No. I tasted it and went, oh, that's very fruit forward. And then it gave me a bit of a hug toward the end of it. I was expecting something a little bit lighter.
No, not at all.
It's quite a bold wine, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's giving you a hug in the middle of winter while I'm watching the lions destroy port in front of the fire. And I'll tell you what would you be... Like, I've come around your house. I've just invited myself. Yeah. And we're sitting down...
We're watching Port Adelaide.
We're watching Port Adelaide get thrashed by Brisbane.
Yeah, at this stage, you're not really a welcome visitor, but anyway, keep going on.
Don't bring my scarf?
Okay.
No, okay. What would you be cooking?
Oh, definitely it'd be a steak night.
Be a steak?
Yeah, absolutely. Or a Greek lamb shoulder.
Oh, I was expecting something Greek.
Yeah, of course, you know.
A lamb shoulder?
Yeah.
And obviously this is one of our signature wines. So what does it retail at?
This is around $50 a bottle for given absolutely. I know it's a giveaway.
$50.
Yeah. Our competitive wines at this calibre are probably $80 wines, but you know, for us, the wine industry now is in a massive reset. We've got a huge glut of wine at every level in this country, and wine producers have to be realistic about it. You're better off having volume and a decent margin rather than trying to push the barriers. But look, I'm not being critical of anyone's ambitions to sort of try and reach for higher prices in their wines. We all need to do that, but at a $50 sale, this is a good value for the consumer. It's a good
out of all this?
Consumer.
Well, I am, and the viewers are definitely winning out of this. We're getting these amazing wines for such a great price. We're pretty privileged, really, aren't we?
Well, you know, I've had a lot of very big businesses in my former life, and you know, it was always about volume.
Yeah.
And you know, with that, profits come, and you know, margins have to be, you know, I guess a reasonable margin in profit. But you can't be looking at this industry now and expecting you're going to be getting the sort of premium prices of 10 years ago. No. Those days are over.
The consumers just licking their lips, aren't they? Because they're getting these cracking wines at the best possible prices. Yeah. So Clare Valley Shiraz, it's put it on the spot for me. I actually really liked it.
Yeah.
Cheers to you.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah. It's definitely something made with passion and pride. I've always wanted to make wine that I'm proud to drink. It's not one of our wines that I don't love drinking. And of course the rosé was never one of my favourites. Now it is. I fixed it.
Oh,
you know. So
rosé. Yeah, going back to the rosé.
Absolutely.
The world's greatest rosé.
You said that, didn't you?
Yeah. Of course. All right, Nick. Clare Valley Riesling. Kicked it out of the park. Absolutely kicked it out of the park. Shiraz blew my mind. What's the third signature wine?
This is our blend, a traditional Bordeaux style blend.
All right, explain that.
Okay. Well, the vineyard I own that we call Bass Hill is up on high elevation on the other side of Auburn. And that vineyard is a winemaker's vineyard. It's got a lot of varietals planted on it. Petit Verdot, Malbec, Mataro, Carmenere, Carmenere. That's the main varietal in Chile. If you go to Chile and order a red wine, you'll get Carmenere. Right. It's one of those varietals that got wiped out in Europe from disease, but thrived in the New World. And of course we've got a lot of Cabernet and Shiraz there. Some of the better clones of those varietals are in that vineyard. It's a very, very iconic vineyard, but what we did have in that vineyard was all of the wines that go into a classic blend. And so we've made this, which is
the top of the range wines from that vineyard.
If I had to be stranded on a desert island for the rest of my life,
you wouldn't choose me.
With a gorgeous girl, it ain't you, okay? With a gorgeous girl, it'd be the rosé for her and this for me.
Right.
Yeah, this is the wine I would choose to drink if I had to drink something for the rest of my life.
You've talked up the rosé.
All right?
Okay. I've got to have a
I talk everything
No,
up.
so
You know
sure.
I used to be a real estate salesman, don't you?
No, would never,
You never have thought that.
Never have guessed.
Okay. So, Cabernet, Merlot, Malbec, Petit Verdot.
Would I be...
It's about 60% Cabernet.
I was about to ask.
Yep, 60% Cabernet, and the rest is an equal blend of the others.
Does it change each vintage depending on...
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, no. The varietals, no. The blend,
Set blend?
it may change in small degrees till we get the right blend. Again, new French oak. All of this fruit is, very, very delicately picked. This is just an amazing wine, in my humble opinion. And I know I've really talked it all up, but when I came out of real estate 4 years ago, I got sick of the egos. I didn't realise I was getting into an industry where it's no different. So I'll join the throng, and
Mate, when you've got the quality wines you have, you can boast as much as you like. So colour, we're looking at the very dark. We're almost there's almost a brown hue to it. It's very. What year are we drinking?
This is a 2019.
Okay, so you've put a little bit of age on it, and you said it sat in barrel for
18 months.
18 months.
New oak.
Then it gets bottled. Then how long till you release it? So it's a couple of years before you release it.
Yeah, it is.
So this is the latest vintage.
Yes, this is current. We won't release the 2020 blend. Probably not till next year. Depends on when this sells out.
When this runs out.
Yeah, we make a reasonable volume of this. So we're looking to export most of these too. They're the wines we're taking to the London Wine Fair next month.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if we can find a market for them, that's where it'll end up.
I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find a market for them, especially at the price point they're at.
Yeah.
And on the nose, I'm struggling. There's something very different there. It might. Would this do with a good decant?
Yes.
Yeah. So
if we drank this wine tomorrow night,
so it's a long decant?
It'll blow your socks off. Yeah.
So I've quite often thought that you're getting up in the morning, you're heading to work, you get your steak out the freezer, you put it in the fridge, you get your top of the range Georges, the blend, you pour it in your decanter, you put it in a cool spot and you leave it there for the 8 hours while you're, 4
Absolutely.
hours. 4 hours is about
Yeah.
right word, but then you come home and cook the steak, drink the wine. Yeah. So and you reckon it's almost better the next day?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This wine.
I'm not sure it's going to last.
This wine you would drink. You could keep this wine for 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
And what about laying it down? How long?
Oh, again, this is a long term.
It's a made to age.
Yeah, this will age. Yeah.
Right. Let's have a taste.
Let's be honest. In the world we're living in, who's going to have room to lay down wines for very long? Yeah.
Whoa, that was a real surprise. I was expecting something, a real big punch and hug at the end of it, but
it's very
just
smooth.
very little tannin in it. Just enough for maybe want to have a little bit more. I say that a lot, but that's obviously marketing.
Got a bit of bite.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. But that just needs a little bit of air.
Do you think that'll drop out? And
it will.
With age, what would happen?
Oh, this gets much smoother,
Yeah.
much more mellow. It's This is
I
the
don't
wine.
forget this one,
When I go to my favourite restaurant, I'll drink this wine. They actually have it on the pour by the glass. The demand is so high for this.
Really?
Yeah.
And where's that?
That's at Estia.
Estia, which is obviously
at Henley Beach.
number one Greek restaurant.
Well, it's
Yeah, we'll keep dropping.
I can walk there.
We'll keep dropping it.
The reason it's my favourite restaurant is I can walk home.
Well, that does
I can
help,
stumble home.
It does help.
Yeah.
And it's by the glass there.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I think that the Australian Wine Weekly punters should get in there and say, I saw it on
Absolutely.
Australian Wine Weekly.
Yeah.
I've come for
my.
What dish would you be pairing with it?
This wine is probably their lamb.
Yeah?
Yeah, it would definitely be. That's the dish I'd pair it with.
You'd pair it with-
Yeah.
You know,
Quail.
Quail?
Roast quail they do. It's
Right.
very nice. Yeah.
that'd go pretty well.
Absolutely.
Well, I think this is something totally different.
This is also a wine that you would take to a dinner party.
Oh, this would blow people away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to look at you and go, cheap bum.
No,
You know, just
well,
gonna be-
they might. Once I brought this, they might change their mind. But I would be saying, I've got Italian relatives. My wife's Italian, and they love the Barossa Valley.
Yeah.
And I always try and outdo them with Clare Valley.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this next time.
Good.
I'm going to take this. I'm going to steal a bottle while you're not looking.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take it and
Yeah.
we'll blow away the Italians.
Well, the Italians have got the best palates in the world.
Well, so
Let's be honest.
So they say.
No, they have.
Yeah?
The Italians' palate for food is
Oh, for food.
and wine is honest, simple, exceptional. The best food I've had in the world is in Italy.
They're very territorial though.
Yep.
Where they live has to be the best.
They can take 4 ingredients and make something taste out of this world.
True.
Okay.
And
So let's-
speaking of 4 ingredients.
4
and tasting out of
ingredients.
this
Yeah,
wine.
yeah.
Congratulations to you, mate.
Yeah.
That is an absolutely cracking wine.
Clare Valley has an extraordinary climate and a really unique place in the Australian wine market.
See,
We
I
are
think it's-
unique.
South Australians know it, and Australians know it for Riesling, but I think the rest of the world needs to discover it for the rest of the varietals.
When I look at all of the wine producers in the Clare Valley, I can honestly say to you, I don't know of one that makes bad wine.
Right.
All the vineyards in Clare make extraordinary wine.
Something to do with the quality of fruit.
Well, and the climate.
Yeah.
It's low volume. And there's nothing really big and commercial in the Clare Valley. They're all relatively small.
And that
Levels
gives
of
us
production.
the high quality, low volume.
Yeah.
And the price, what I say is you're pretty much putting it under your arm and running out the cellar door with it for that price.
Let's say it's the new reality of the wine industry.
Yeah.
These
who's
are-
benefiting most?
Yeah, consumers.
Right.
Yeah.
And people like me who just love to drink wine.
Yeah.
To you,
Cheers, mate.
thanks very much. I've
I
thoroughly enjoyed
hope you've had
myself.
a good day with us. It's been
Oh.
lovely having you here and show you the history of Canowla. 1890, this was a functioning winery.
And I
this
can't
building.
wait to come
Yeah.
back when it's functioning
Yeah.
next vintage.
Next vintage will be functioning, and we have a big event here for the gourmet weekend. We have 80 people sitting in that room with a French provincial style dinner.
Oh, you're inviting me?
Yes,
Oh, thanks very much.
absolutely.
You like that? I just
Yeah.
invited
Well, we
myself.
don't like shy people coming.
Yeah, that's right.
So
You want
it's
someone walking around and talking it up at least.
and it's a fabulous night. The gourmet weekend here, we'll have hundreds of people
Yeah.
here at the place, so it's going to be fantastic.
And what an amazing place. And actually, I'm just going to bring something up we whispered about it earlier. We're going to have a bit of a music festival here. Yeah.
Yeah, the lawns here will accommodate about 300 or 400 people, and we're going to have a big event here
Yeah.
coming up. And it's a matter of timing, but this time of year, autumn in Clare is probably the best time of year.
Oh, it's almost the middle of summer in a lot of countries right here. It's 28 degrees, beautiful weather.
Well, a lot of the trees in this property are historic. They're over 100 years old, and the gardens in Canal are, probably pretty unique.
What I love about this is these amazing, I don't know if I told you or shared it, but I probably should have, was all people have to do is put a comment, maybe share the video so it gets some love out there on the internet, but they get the chance to win these amazing wines. All right, so we give away these amazing wines, thanks to you, And there's also a discount for the Australian Wine Weekly viewers. So you're going to do a 6-pack, 2 of each.
Yep.
At a remarkable price.
Yep.
Yep. And the price will be 25% off retail.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Can we push it to 30?
No.
No? Oh, right. We started at 20. I got him to 25.
The reason we can't do that is because all of our retailers will be very upset.
Yeah. True. Very true.
Yeah.
Should have just. Yeah. Right. Anyway, so 25% off.
Yes.
Yep. So order the 6, get a couple of each.
You're behaving like a Greek now. It's terrible.
That's the worst thing you've said to me since I've been
Hey.
here. And all they've got to do, jump on the website, put
Absolutely.
AWW for Australian Wine Weekly in as the
Yep.
product code. Bang.
We'll work that.
Yeah.
Good.
And delivery Australia wide.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
So there'll be some people, and you know what they'll do? We'll get them to as well. Once you've ordered it and you're drinking it, put a little snap on the internet, tag both of us.
Beautiful.
Australian Wine Weekly and Georges, and then hopefully it'll go viral.
Well,
I don't want it all to sell out because I need some myself.
I hope you feel like you've discovered something today, because we've worked really hard to produce the quality of these wines. Really
the
hard.
The wines are amazing, but you know what I've actually enjoyed? Is your company.
Thank you.
And it's the people behind the label that make my job enjoyable.
We haven't compromised in our winemaking, and you know, we've got a lot of history here that we own of South Australia, and the other vineyards are pretty exceptional, but it's just the industry's going through tough times, and consumers need to go direct to the producers and support them.
And we're big on that, and we stress that all the time. You can buy it wherever you like, but go to the website, straight to the winery, get the discount, get it delivered, and then join the wine club. And
absolutely.
Get the amazing discounts all the time.
Get them all the time.
Awesome.
Because every vintage we make will be this level, this quality. Okay. 22 is going to be another awesome year. All the fruit's off. It's going to be an extraordinary vintage in quality.
We're talking unicorns in a row, aren't we?
Amazing. Amazing times. Good-o. Thanks, gents.
"60-second wine tasting on the spot. Go."
Mataro, normally used to underpin blends. Shiraz Mataro.
Where are you from? Who are you?
Do you want to start again?
No, we can't learn. 60 seconds.
Okay.
Keep going.
Really?
Keep going.
Nick George. I'm in the Clare Valley at Canala Wines. I own Georges Wines and Canala Wines. And back to the Mataro, designed to underpin the classic Shiraz Mataro blends. This is the Wendouree clone from the Bass Hill Vineyard.
Is it in GSM?
No.
What's the M?
Isn't it Mataro? Merlot? No?
Anyway. We're looking
I make it as a single varietal because it's too good to mess up.
And we're looking dark in colour.
Well, we're looking dark in colour. We're looking
10 seconds, quick.
Single varietal, fantastic. I drink a lot of this. Oh, yeah, good, eh? Yeah.